What's really happening behind the closed doors of the Danish royal palace? Why did Prince Christian, the nation's heir to the throne, seem to suddenly disappear from public view this summer? And what does his recent return to military barracks signify for the future of the crown? Today, we are uncovering the details of the young prince's remarkable transformation, a change that is happening right before our very eyes. It all started in January of last year, with the historic abdication of Queen Margrethe II. That single decision set off a chain reaction, and perhaps no one's life was more dramatically altered than that of her 19-year-old grandson, Christian. In the blink of an eye, he went from being a prince to the crown prince, the direct heir to the Danish throne. What is truly striking, however, is the sheer seriousness with which this young man has embraced his new, profound role. In the year and a half since that moment, Crown Prince Christian has shown a level of maturity and determination that is well beyond his years. Instead of taking it easy or basking in the prestige of his new position, he has thrown himself headfirst into preparing for his future as monarch. Successfully graduating from the gymnasium was just the first step. It was his next decision that truly impressed the nation, to undergo full military service. His initial 4 months in the Guard Hussar Regiment in Slagelse were no mere formality, not just a box to be checked. Christian served alongside ordinary soldiers, learning the ins and outs of military life from the ground up. He proved that he is ready to take responsibility, not just for his country, but for the people who will one day be under his command. And now, a new, even more demanding phase has begun. On August 11th of this year, Prince Christian walked back into those same barracks in Slagelse, but this time in a completely new capacity. He has embarked on a year-long officer training course, which will be followed by practical service as a platoon commander. This decision speaks volumes. The young prince isn't content with superficial knowledge. He is determined to understand the armed forces at every level, from the perspective of a soldier to that of a leader. The timing of the official announcement from the Danish court is also very telling. They released the news about his officer training on the exact day he began this new phase. This wasn't a coincidence. It was a clear signal to the public and the press, underlining the seriousness of the prince's intentions. Of course, we must remember that Christian is still a young man, and this past summer, he did allow himself a well-deserved break. After months of intense military routine, he earned the right to relax. And here, we caught a glimpse of another side of his personality, a love for music and festivals, a trait he seems to have inherited from his father, King Frederik. The prince was spotted at several musical events, including the famous Distortion Festival in Copenhagen and Smukfest, where he was seen with his sister, Princess Isabella. These appearances showed the public a relatable crown prince, a young man who knows how to enjoy life and shares the interests of his generation. When it comes to the prince's personal life, the situation remains delicate. Danish media recently published photographs showing Christian in the company of a young woman, reportedly a former classmate from Ordrup Gymnasium who comes from an influential Danish business family. However, the palace is maintaining its silence, making no official statements about a possible romantic relationship. This is entirely understandable, given the prince's young age and his immediate need to focus on his demanding military career. It's also worth noting that Prince Christian became something of an invisible man this summer, at least when it came to official royal events. While his parents, King Frederik and Queen Mary, spent time at the summer residence, Grassen Castle, with their younger children, the eldest son was conspicuously absent from family photos. This led to some speculation in the media, but now the reason for his low profile is crystal clear. He wasn't just on vacation. He was preparing for the next demanding chapter of his military life. Speaking of the younger royal children, the palace has also shared their plans for the new school year. Princess Isabella will continue her studies at Orgard Gymnasium, showing the family's commitment to quality education. What's particularly interesting is the choice made by Princess Josephine. She has decided to study at a separate school from her twin brother, Prince Vincent, who will remain at Trængårdsskolen. These decisions reveal that King Frederik and Queen Mary are raising their children to be independent, encouraging them to make their own educational choices. It's a modern approach to a royal upbringing designed to prepare them for life in the 21st century. Returning to Crown Prince Christian, it's impossible not to admire his focus. At an age when many of his peers are still figuring out their paths in life, he knows his destiny and is moving towards it with unwavering consistency. For a future monarch, military service is more than just tradition. It is a fundamental way to understand the country and the people he will one day lead. The Danish royal family is navigating a period of profound change, and Crown Prince Christian is at the very heart of this transformation. His dedicated approach to preparing for his future role shows that Denmark can look forward to a responsible and serious monarch. At the same time, he remains a young man of his time, making him relatable and understandable to a new generation of Danes. Ahead of the prince lies a year of intensive officer training, another crucial step in his development as the future leader of the nation. We will be watching this fascinating journey with great interest, observing how the character of Denmark's future king is forged. Thanks for watching. What are your thoughts on this? Do you believe Prince Christian has what it takes to become the king that Denmark deserves? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. I'm very interested to hear your point of view. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new stories from the lives of the royal families. We'll see you in the next one.